It's just over a year since the Clevedon Pilot Gig Club launched their first gig on the slipway at the Underfall Yard in Bristol Harbourside. Named Watch and Pray after the Clevedon town motto, the giggers spent the summer months racing in regattas around the southwest, competing in the World Pilot Gig Championships and the Scilly Isles, or just rowing leisurely around the bay in Clevedon. So popular has the club become that they have now bought a second boat, with grants from several sponsors including Sport England and money raised by club members. The new member of the fleet is second-hand. She was built in the Cornish town of Looe in 1996 and has had a successful career with the Clevedon Pilot Gig Club in Saltash. On arrival with the Clevedon Club, she went straight into the Underfall Yard and was given a new coat of yellow paint with blue trimmings to match her sister. And Debs Wilding, who was a founder member of the club, was asked to paint the new name on the bow. The Pilot Gig is a 32-foot wooden boat powered by 6 rowers. They were used to carry the pilot out to meet merchant trade vessels and guide them through the treacherous waters of the southwest coast to a safe harbour. Superstition is rife in the boating world regarding the renaming of boats, and so an official ceremony was enacted to expunge the old name. During the ceremony, a metal plate containing the old name was cast into the water, accompanied to the depths by a measure of the very best champagne. The blessing of the new name was carried out by the Reverend Noel Hector of All Saints Church, who then anointed the boat with the genuine Clevedon water and followed by even more champagne. Blackbird was also given an appropriate musical send-off by some local musicians singing a very local Wurzel's song.
Where be a blackbird too, I know where he be. Be up by Clevedon Pier, and I be under me. Now I see thee, and he sees my chicken, we don't catch him. We'll overtake my lady, hey, blackbird, I'll have thee. Fancy blackbird, all right!
The launching of Blackbird wasn't without a slight hitch. But no damage was done, and she seemed to be pleased to meet her partner, who was already moored on the nearby jetty. Throughout the winter, Watch and Pray has been birthed in the Bristol Marina, and the club members have been practising their skills in preparation for the World Gig Championships in the Scilly Isles in May. Gig racing is now one of the most popular and fast-growing water sports in the southwest, with many regattas being held during the summer months. Now was the time for both vessels to travel round to their home port for a spot of serious training in the open sea, instead of the shelter of the Bristol harbour. The journey down the River Avon and under the Clifton Suspension Bridge must be one of the most spectacular, both for the crew on board and the spectators up here on the Clifton Downs. At Sharhampton Sailing Club, the boats changed crews, with the new teams heading their gigs out between the Avonmouth and Portbury docks to face whatever weather and indeed vessels the Bristol Channel could throw at them. They were not disappointed. Black clouds and an enormous container ship were heading their way. Such is the excitement of gig rowing in this busy West Coast seaway. Another crew change was scheduled at Portishead Sailing Club. What was unscheduled was the change in the weather, but experienced sailors in these waters are always wary of forecasting good conditions hereabouts, and the Clevedon gig crews are far from being fair weather rowers. Finally, Clevedon's Victorian Grade 1 listed pier was sighted, and after a spot of posing for the cameras, Watch and Pray was able to introduce her new sister, Blackbird, to her future home.
Well done.
There you go.
Down there in Clevedon town they got this racing gig. It got started off quite small but now it's got quite big. I've got a second boat, Blackbird is his name. Every time I race it then he's driving I insane. Where beating Blackbird too, I know where he be. He'll be up past Clevedon Pier and I'll be at Irby. Now he sees I and I sees he, jiggling the we don't catch. We'll overtake my lady May. Blackbird on a laddie. Clevedon Gig Club, Clevedon Gig Club, and she's Blackbird. All right.
Anyway, where I am, that's why it's here.